You don't need to lift weights at the gym to build muscle, but if you're over 60 and you're not actively keeping your muscles strong, you could be losing them right now, silently, gradually, until one day you realize you're walking slower, you're getting tired more easily, you can't carry that grocery bag like you used to, and standing up from a chair, it takes more effort than you expected. Here's the truth most people never hear. After age 60, your body can lose up to 1% of muscle every single year. And if you don't notice the signs early, this loss adds up. We're not just talking about looking thin or feeling weak. We're talking about losing balance, getting injured more easily, having trouble doing everyday things like climbing stairs or opening a jar. In medical terms, it's called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. But you don't need a diagnosis to feel its effects. It sneaks in slowly. And by the time it's obvious, it's already affecting how you live. But here's the good news. This process is not irreversible. You can stop it. You can even rebuild strength if you know what to look for. In this video, I'll show you 7 subtle signs your body may already be losing muscle and exactly what you can do about it starting today. And no, it doesn't involve going to the gym or lifting heavy weights, just simple, safe changes that help you. Walk with confidence. Avoid falls. Regain the strength you thought was gone forever. Let's get started, because the sooner you spot the signs, the sooner you take back control. Have you noticed that your walking speed has changed? Maybe you used to move with ease, but now you shuffle. Your steps feel shorter, your pace feels slower, and you're not sure when it started. This isn't just about aging. This could be your body's quiet way of telling you you're losing strength in your lower muscles. You see, walking is a full-body activity, but it especially relies on the glutes, hamstrings, calves, and quadriceps, the major muscle groups in your legs. When these muscles weaken, your brain naturally adapts to protect you. You shorten your stride. You walk slower to maintain balance. You stop moving as much because it feels tiring or unstable. And here's the trap. The less you move, the weaker those muscles get. And the weaker they get, the more you slow down. This vicious cycle is one of the earliest signs of sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. A study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that walking speed is directly linked to muscle strength, balance, and even lifespan. Seniors who walk slower than 0.8 meters per second, about 2.6 feet per second, are more likely to experience disability, falls, and hospitalization. That's why doctors now use gait speed as a clinical tool to assess muscle health and risk of decline. So if you've been catching yourself walking behind others, if curbs, steps, or long hallways feel more challenging than before, or if you feel like you need to brace yourself when walking in public, that's not just age, that's a muscle warning sign. But here's the good part. Walking is also one of the best ways to rebuild strength, if you do it with intention. Start with daily 10-minute walks, even just around your home. Focus on lengthening your stride slightly with each step. Use your heel-to-toe roll to activate more muscles and add gentle strength moves like seated leg raises or wall-assisted squats. These small steps help you reactivate the muscles you've quietly lost and prevent further decline. And every extra step you take today is one step farther from stiffness, imbalance, and weakness tomorrow. In the next section, we'll look at another everyday sign. This time, it shows up when you try to get up. Remember when standing up from your chair was something you didn't even think about? You just rise, without effort, without hesitation. Now, you might find yourself pushing off the armrest, leaning forward, or pausing before you stand. And stairs? What used to be 2 steps at a time now feels like a challenge with each leg. This isn't just about aging bones or sore knees. It's one of the clearest functional signs that your lower body muscles are weakening, especially the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core. These muscle groups are essential for two everyday movements: standing up from a seated position and climbing stairs. When they start to fade, your body compensates by using momentum instead of strength, relying more on your arms and upper body, putting extra pressure on your knees and lower back. Over time, this compensation creates poor posture, more joint strain, and even loss of confidence when moving around others. Let's take a closer look. The sit-to-stand movement requires strong quads and glutes to lift your entire body weight vertically. As these muscles lose power, your brain sends signals to your arms to assist. That's why you start grabbing nearby surfaces or rocking back and forth to get up. The same goes for climbing stairs, which is actually a single-leg squat with every step. It takes strong thighs, stable hips, and good coordination. When you lose muscle mass in your thighs and glutes, going upstairs becomes slower, shakier, and more tiring. In fact, researchers from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that difficulty standing from a chair is directly linked to fall risk, reduced independence, and early physical decline. That's why physical therapists often use the chair rise test as a simple way to evaluate leg strength in seniors. But here's the hopeful news. You can restore the strength, and you don't need fancy equipment or a gym. Start with these two movements. Chair squats. Sit down in a sturdy chair. Cross your arms or place them on your chest. Now stand up using only your legs, no hands. Then sit back down slowly. Do 5 to 8 reps once or twice a day. Step-ups. Using the bottom step of your stairs or a very low stool, step up with one foot, then the other. Step back down carefully. Repeat for 8 to 10 reps per leg, holding onto a railing or wall if needed. These simple exercises reactivate dormant muscle fibers, improve balance, and build the confidence to move without fear. Pair them with high-protein meals and adequate hydration, and you'll accelerate recovery. The next time you stand up from a chair, ask yourself, did I need help? Or did I do that on my own? The answer can tell you a lot about your muscle health and your future mobility. In the next scene, we'll look at something even smaller than your thighs. But just as important, your grip strength. Have you ever had trouble opening a jar that used to be easy? Notice that your hands feel tired just holding a shopping bag? Or maybe you've dropped things more than usual, even though you weren't doing anything strenuous? These aren't just signs of clumsiness. They're your body telling you something deeper. You're losing grip strength. And grip strength is one of the most powerful indicators of overall muscle health and aging. Here's why it matters. Your grip doesn't just rely on your hands. It depends on the strength and coordination of your forearms, wrists, shoulders, and nervous system. When your body starts to lose muscle, these smaller but essential muscle groups are often the first to weaken, and the consequences go far beyond dropping your keys. A landmark study published in The Lancet found that low grip strength is strongly linked to increased risk of falls, slower recovery from illness or surgery, higher risk of cognitive decline, and even shortened life expectancy in adults over 60. That's why doctors now use grip strength as a predictive marker. It gives clues about your overall muscle condition, inflammation levels, and even cardiovascular health. But why does grip fade with age? The answer is simple. We stop using it. As we age, we lift less, carry less, and rely more on convenience. We open fewer tight containers, we carry fewer heavy items, and we often avoid activities that require sustained hand strength, like gardening, using tools, or even playing cards for long periods. Muscle responds to demand. When you stop using it, your body quietly shuts it down. Here's the good news. You can bring it back with simple, targeted movements. Try these daily. Softball squeeze. Grab a stress ball, rolled towel, or even a sock. Squeeze firmly for 5 seconds, then relax. Repeat 10 to 15 times per hand, twice a day. Grocery bag. Hold a light bag of canned goods or water bottles in each hand and walk for 30 seconds. Keep your posture tall and grip steady. Wrist rolls with water bottles. Hold a light water bottle in each hand. Rotate your wrists clockwise and counterclockwise slowly for 30 seconds. This strengthens not just the grip, but also the stabilizers in your wrists and forearms. Towel twist. Grab a towel with both hands and twist in opposite directions like you're wringing out water. Repeat 8 to 10 times. Great for wrist and forearm activation. None of these exercises take more than 5 minutes, but they retrain your nervous system and reawaken underused muscles. Why does this matter? Because grip strength isn't just about strength, it's about independence. The ability to button your shirt, open a medicine bottle, carry a grocery bag, or reach out and support yourself if you slip. These are the little things that add up to a big difference in freedom. Don't let fading grip take that away. In the next scene, we'll explore a muscle loss sign that's even more subtle: your balance. Have you ever found yourself reaching for the wall when getting out of bed? Do you sometimes wobble when turning around or stepping onto a curb? Have you caught your foot on a rug or threshold, even in familiar places? These may seem like small things, but they're actually two of the most important early signs of muscle loss. Loss of balance, increased tripping or stumbling, and they signal that your body's internal support system, your core, hips, and leg muscles, is starting to weaken. Let's break it down. Balance isn't just about standing still. It's a complex interaction between your muscles, joints, eyes, ears, and brain. When you're stabilizing muscles, especially in the hips, lower back, thighs, and ankles, weaken, your brain has to work harder to keep you upright. That's why you may feel unstable when turning quickly, hesitant when stepping off a bus or escalator, or unsure when walking across a crowd or uneven pavement. Worse, these moments often go unnoticed until one day you fall. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls every year, and many of these falls are caused not by clumsiness, but by weakened stabilizer muscles that fail to respond quickly when the body shifts. The same goes for tripping. When your leg muscles, especially your hip flexors and dorsiflexors, the ones that lift your toes, lose strength, your feet may not lift high enough when walking. As a result, the toe catches the ground, and down you go. But here's the important thing. This isn't just about preventing accidents. It's about regaining trust in your own body. Because when you don't trust your balance, you start avoiding movement. You stop walking outside. You stay near furniture. You hesitate to travel. And that leads to more muscle loss, creating a vicious cycle of weakness and fear. So how do you break that cycle? With small, safe, daily movements that retrain your balance system. Single leg stand with support. Stand behind a chair. Hold the back with one hand. Lift one foot a few inches off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds. Switch legs. Repeat 2 to 3 times per leg. Heel to toe. Place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other. Walk in a straight line across the room, using a wall for support if needed. This improves coordination and ankle control. Gentle torso twists. Sit or stand tall. Rotate your upper body slowly left and right. This wakes up the deep muscles in your abdomen that support upright posture and balance. Toe taps and marching in place. Tap your toes forward, then lift your knees gently one at a time. Great while brushing teeth or cooking. These exercises take only a few minutes but can dramatically improve proprioception, your body's ability to know where it is in space. You don't need to move fast. You just need to move intentionally. Because every time you challenge your balance in a safe way, you're sending a signal to your muscles. Stay awake. I still need you. And your body listens. In the next scene, we'll look at something even more visible, when your arms or legs start to shrink, and what that really means. Have you looked in the mirror and noticed your arms or legs looking thinner than before? Not just weight loss, but a visible loss of muscle shape? Or maybe after just 10 minutes of sweeping, you feel like you need a rest. Even simple activities, carrying groceries, making the bed, watering plants, leave you a little more winded than they used to. These signs are more than just getting older. They are clear physical markers that your body is losing lean muscle mass, especially in the limbs. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, and by the time it's visible, your muscles have already declined significantly. What does this look like? Your arms may appear flatter or smaller, with less roundness around the shoulders and triceps. Your legs may seem less full around the thighs and calves. You might feel your skin seems looser or clothes fit differently. And most importantly, you just don't feel as strong. You're not imagining this. According to the European Working Group on Sarcopenia in older people, once visible muscle loss sets in, the risks multiply. 3 times higher risk of falling, greater chance of hospitalization after illness or surgery, longer recovery time after minor injuries or infections, reduced ability to live independently. It's like your body is trying to do the same tasks, but with fewer tools. Why does this happen? Muscle loss is a silent process. It begins around age 30, but speeds up after age 60, especially if we're less active, under-eating protein, or recovering from illness. And once the muscle fibers start shrinking, your metabolism slows down too. You burn fewer calories. You recover more slowly, and you fatigue more easily, even doing things you used to love. But here's what matters most. This trend can be reversed. Yes, even after 60. Even if you're already seeing and feeling the difference. Start here. Focus on nutrition. Your muscles need fuel to grow. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Good sources include eggs, tofu, chicken, lentils, and Greek yogurt. Add anti-inflammatory fats like olive oil, avocado, and fish to support muscle recovery. Try gentle resistance training. Use resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even water bottles. Aim for 10 to 15 minutes a day of gentle movements. Bicep curls, leg extensions, wall push-ups, seated knee lifts. Rest with purpose. Fatigue is your body asking for recovery, not inactivity. Sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a night and drink plenty of water. Stay consistent. Muscle is built through small, repeated signals. A little every day is better than a lot once a week. Remember, you don't need to chase your 30-year-old self, but you can be stronger, steadier, and more energetic than you are today. Visible muscle loss is a signal, not a sentence. In our final scene, we'll show you how to take all 6 signs and turn them into a powerful comeback plan, starting now. You've just learned about 6 quiet signs your body may be losing muscle. You're walking slower and taking shorter steps. Standing up or climbing stairs feels harder. Your grip strength is fading. You're losing balance or tripping more often. You feel more tired doing simple tasks, and your arms and legs may even look thinner than they used to, if even one of these sounds familiar. This video wasn't made to scare you. It was made to show you that you're not alone. And more importantly, that you're not powerless. Muscle loss after 60 is common, but it's not inevitable. You can slow it down. You can reverse it, and you don't need a gym, a trainer, or a strict routine to get started. All you need are small daily actions that send a message to your body. I still need you. I still want strength. Let's rebuild. Every walk you take, every squat from a chair, every meal with enough protein, every time you lift, twist, or stretch with intention, that's how strength returns, not in one big moment, but in the quiet, consistent steps you choose each day. So here's what to do next. Pick one tip from this video and start today. Share this with a friend or loved one over 60, someone who might need this message too. And most of all, believe in your ability to grow stronger, no matter your age. Your next chapter doesn't have to be slower, stiffer, or weaker. It can be steady, it can be strong, it can be filled with confidence and freedom, and it all starts with one small step.